That's a Terra Globus from the back in time. You need to swivel the Globus's bearings to get the Atlas mapper to work. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Don't lose your way. You need to swivel the Globus's bearings. 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 Nice. Metal scrap. You can always use that. You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. Those are the kind of things you need. This is no time for sleep. You found... Just line up the gears on that lock, and it should spring open. That's a colourful find. What a find!
Mumfi. Okakala.
Jumble cannot thank you enough.
Miwa de la poka.
He thought,
Miwa de la poka.
get it?
Wa winda poka.
That kind of glass shouldn't be too hard to find. You should be able to find one drifting about on the surf.
Mumfi.
Says you only have to wait until...
Baso.
Jumble's happy you're here.
Willaton.
Says it's good to see you out here at this time of night.
Panina olane.
The Eastern World Eater is flat out deadly.
Pelanina.
Understands you have...
Tu?
Jumble's happy you're here.
Tu.
Jumble...
Miwa de la poka.
Jumble's happy you're...
Tu?
Says you... Andy.
Tayileola matfaele.
Says you should be careful.
Himatu Saina.
The sky is as bright as it's going to be. Got just enough slack in the line.
The aka. Mena.
Jumble says that now he's got a fill-up glass, he's willing to part with a splash of his incredibly invigorating...
Panina olane.
Jumble says he's got other interests than sunshine after.
Pelanina.
The problem...
Panuna mumf.
He'd be happy to part with some of it. He's been hauling around this stuff for too long anyways.
Okakala.
Figures you should take what you want and leave the rest to those who might want it more.
Lela kukanina.
Jumble says seeing you always brightens his day.
Mena.
Jumble says seeing you always brightens his day.
Lela ko kanina.
Seems
O kakala.
Jumble says seeing you always brightens his day.
O kakala.
Jumble says see a pleasure do business.
Palani.
Jumble says seeing you always bright. Jumble has been hauling lots of stuff. Fair trade.
Le aka.
Jumble says seeing you always brightens his day.
Lela nina.
Says goodbye. You can make so many amazing things out of wood scrap. That's gone forevermore. The place they plant dead folks. Hope you don't wind up there soon. The end is coming to the world, and everything else. Now, walk the walk, Pants. Scrapalicious. Here you got Bo's teak hanging in that little blimp. Has an upgrade bench. Let's see. Smell that? It's the Glurp paddock. Chubza must be nearby. He's heard what's happened to you and wouldn't have blamed you a bit if you'd given up and gone on. Suppose you're right about that. Any home you might have still has to sit somewhere in the world after all. He's impressed by the courage needed to get you to this point. He knows that he'd have strayed from the path long ago. Under threat or not, the thought of home is just too appealing to him. He hopes that you'll find a way to save the Tree of Life, and along with it, the world, and all the homes in it, including his. If you're... Sometimes he wonders what life would be like if he lived somewhere else. Suppose... Heard the Myriad welcomed you into their home. It's so bright and airy. Did it... Amazed about... The hope... Now, with the world on the brink of destruction and all, the time has come for him to find a new home that's better suited to his needs. If you... Chubsa wonders if you've seen any carrots in the ground near... Daytime is a good time to be outside. Things seem simpler now. That's Ranchu, an entire farm poisoned by toxanol rads. Don't stay there long. You can make something from that. It's a cold zone. Even a thick coat of fur is enough to keep you warm here. This is a spark plant, a place where they make the zap sparks for your go juice needs. Sun's setting, so it's getting colder too. You've discovered Phanaki leaves, the densest jungle in the land. Better get hacking. You stumbled on the watchout. You should be able to find Nova up there next to the cloud somewhere. Hard to spot enemies here. Keep your eyes out for new paths. Easy to miss things down here.
Muziek zoekot.
Let's see. You found the Long Eye. You can use that to spot the twinkles before they fall.
Amo.
Seems happy to have spotted you. It's hard to peer through the pollution around here, but she spends most of her time squinting at the sky anyhow. Look,
Lupati patu.
says there are lights in the sky that blink on and off.
Tika kutufu.
She wonders what you're going to do with all the power you've been building up. Are you going to clear the skies or set them on fire?
No.
She thinks you'd like to...
Kulamati.
When she finds a twinkle, she likes to think it means that we're not...
Zaki. Laba.
Nova wonders if you've ever looked at the twinkles and wondered if you, like them, move in patterns that never change, locked into that nighttime dance. Or can you break yourself free?
Nini Malik.
Loves that you feel that way. She's not so sure about herself.
Fuko.
Figures if the twinkles spin on, the world should spin with them. And so it will.
Gugaruk.
Says you always try to make things shine brighter, and she loves that.
Hulikaho.
Likes how you shine alongside the myriad. They're so bright and colourful they almost blind the twinkles away.
Hulikaho.
Thinks not it.
Zaki. Laba.
Says when she talks to you, she gets twinkles in her eyes.
Okay.
She...
Ba.
No,
Tika kutufu.
but now she says her head's stuck in the clouds. In some places, the pollution's so thick nothing can break through. Not even her telescope.
Muziek zoekot. Ka?
No,
No.
she's
Amo.
There's a twinkle that broke through the atmosphere already, so it's not long until it'll hit the ground. When it does, she wants you to crack her a shard from it and bring it back here.
Fuko.
Promises to show you the Long Eye and share the twinkle's joy. It's better to go forward than just keep coming back. That's a crossway up ahead, like a question waiting for an answer.